All right, so let's end with one of my favorite rappers out right now, Vince Staples. Such a smart
Don't
dude,
try
so
to say
funny.
he's one of your favorite rappers because he did the Complex cover.
That's not why. Vince is just amazing. He's hilarious. Have you ever met him, Joe? One of the funniest, sharpest dudes I've ever met.
But he's one of my favorite people too, just from watching interviews.
Yeah, I hope he does comedy in the future. So anyway, he is on the cover of Complex Stop Hating. And in this interview, he talks about how he thinks rap beef is corny. Let's take a look and talk about this.
Who won the Remy Nicki beef? Shit is corny. Isn't beef a part of hip hop? It's fucking corny. Did you think the Cube NWA beef was corny? It's fucking corny. Jay-Z and Nas was corny? Fucking corny. Back to the beginning, was it KRS versus corny? Well, probably not corny because somebody actually got beat up in those.
See what I mean? So concise. He's brilliant. We talked about this, I feel like maybe last week or a couple weeks ago, you said that there's an era, I forgot where you draw the line, where rap beef is no longer a thing. It's over. Rap isn't hard anymore. So
Yeah,
I assume
man.
that you would agree with Vince?
No, I won't fucking agree with no damn Vince Staples.
You're just hating because I
No,
love Vince.
I am. I totally disagree with that. But let me give some, now let me qualify.
Give a little
this.
disclaimer. You've made your career kind of on rap beef, so it'd be kind of shoot yourself in the leg.
You make a good point,
I
academics.
have never met Vince Staples. However, from watching interviews and listening to him speak, he's one of the people that seems to distinguish beef very well. So when he uses the word beef, I assume it's like I use it. I assume it's like a few people use it. He's talking about real beef. So rap beef is corny. I agree with him in that. I never want to see bloodshed, life lost, or any of that when it comes to rap beef, because rap is entertainment and we don't need to bring that type of shit in entertainment. Now, where I disagree with Vince Staples is I'm all for beef in rap. Not rap beef, because that gets real. I'm all for, all right, let me rephrase it. Not battle rap. Battle in rap. Not battle rap, but battle in rap. That's what I'll say. I'm all for that. He's dismissive of way too many classic moments in hip hop, number one. Number two, today a lot of people are gonna feel like rap beef is whack because, again, to my earlier point, today rap is mostly comprised of melodies. It's not too many people that can even hold their own in a rap battle. But if you think about the top 5 MCs, the top 10 MCs, anybody with a very capable ability and skill set, they're gonna always be for rap beef, pro rap beef, as long as nobody's getting hurt. And to date, the only beefs we have where people have gotten hurt is Biggie and Pac. We could have done without that. When Game and 50 wanted to shoot at Hot 97 and made Hot 97 go get a different secret building and a secret location so that people don't shoot up there. Like in those instances, I didn't see anybody getting hurt. In
My
Meek
man
and Drake.
Quentin Miller,
See,
man.
and that's my point. Wait a minute. Today, Meek and Drake would be quantified as like one of the tougher beefs. Nothing about that was tough. I don't
memes
care.
were the hardest
I
part
don't
of
care
that
if
beef.
Meek beat up Quentin Miller. That still ain't
Allegedly.
tough. Like, that's not a tough beef. Fucking NWA versus Ice Cube is a tough beef. That's a tough beef. Keith Murray running in the labels and punching niggas in the face. That's tough beefs. DMX versus anybody is a tough beef. 50 Cent and G-Unit versus anybody is a tough beef. Me versus Game was a tough beef. And when I say tough, that means real street niggas that are about it now have to get involved. And when it gets to that level, you always want to squash it. So it was smart for Game and myself to squash it. It's smart for any of the rappers who know some real street niggas to squash it, because you never want to endanger them. You never want to involve them, because they're going to take it to places and levels that other people are not willing to take it to.
What about Tupac and Casanova?
Well, that's another beef that should not be entertained, because that's not rap beef. That's a beef where blood was shed, somebody lost their life, and clearly if that continues to escalate, we see what the potential is and what the ceiling could be. And me, I'm disheartened because Funkmaster Flex should not be the only person voicing this opinion in hip hop. Funkmaster Flex should not be the voice of reason saying, hey, Troy Ave and Casanova, y'all stop before y'all see each other and somebody dies again. He shouldn't be the only one saying that. So I agree with Vince Staples. In closing, I don't want to make Nadeska's job any more difficult than it already is. Rap beef is played out and whack. Shout out to Khaled and all the rest of you niggas that made this place such a fun-loving fucking we are the world place to be. But the niggas who rap, we are with the shits. And I don't want to hear nothing about all that sensitive rapper, because rappers are sensitive and they don't want to lose their audience now. I don't want to hear about none of that. Jay done beef with me, Harlem World, Mino. He beefed with me. He beefed with Jim Jones. He beefed with a bunch of niggas he shouldn't have beefed with. Eminem beefed with Benzino.
Hey,
I don't
that?
want to hear nothing about rappers being
Akademiks.
too big to beef. If you are able to rap,
who's rapping it up?
I would like to hear you rap and dismantle someone else. I want to always
I'm not
hear
disagreeing, man. I'm not listen.
Oh, I want you to disagree so I can argue with you.
No. Oh, see, you just
Hold
want to
on,
argue.
hold on. You were supposed to be wrapping it up like 5 minutes ago. I'm just going to give you a little more context for this. Joe makes a good point. There's a difference
I
between...
have a context which I'll introduce.
Add it for me.
First of all, when we do talk about new rappers or new age rappers that represent the generation, why do y'all always pinpoint Lil Yachty and whatever he says? Vince Staples always says some great shit backed up by some type of logic, and nobody looks to him.
Would you like me to answer that for you, or is that a rhetorical question?
No. After I'm done, you can answer.
Okay,
However, let's actually get into what he said. He was really positioning rap beef in terms of now is just so corny, which I gotta agree with him. It is kind of corny, right? He said, and to add the context, as Nadeska was about to add, I believe.
Thank you, Ak.
Basically, shut up. Okay, basically,
Academics.
basically, he bigged up battle rap. He said, if I want to hear two people just going back and forth and kind of getting at each other, fun, competitive, cool, I'd go listen to battle rap. But these days, rapping or battling within just rap, right? It's different. Nowadays, it's about whose fan base. One person disses someone, the other, he shouldn't respond.
Can you give me one battle rapper that has transcended battle rap?
That wasn't a question.
Let me
though.
help you out, because I didn't think you'd be able to do that. Murder Mook is at the top of battle rap.
Okay.
Murder Mook has basically become an ambassador and forwarder of the culture. You know why? A few reasons why. One, there's not too many people for him to even battle to display his skill set. And number two, there's not too many people offering the check that he deserves for his skill set. So all the top battle rappers are somewhere chilling. Know what that tells me? That on the business end, somebody ain't figured out how to better that fucking subgenre of the culture. So when Vince Staples mentions battle rap, that's totally irrelevant to the fucking point, Vince Staples.
No. He's not talking about the business. He's talking about
No, he's saying if I want to
rap.
see two gentlemen go back and forth in rap, then I'll go to battle rap. First of all, Vince Staples, that's a bit ignorant. You know that some of the most skilled rappers in the world are not displaying their talents on fucking smack on some of these battle rap cultures. That's number one. Number two, there's no beats there. Some of the most skilled wordsmiths are rhyming over beats. And number three, the audience of the people that are tuning into two battle rappers with no beat versus...
Isn't that more traditional? It's live.
Versus two MCs that are acclaimed and applauded for their celebrity and notoriety, not just their skill set. The audience is much larger now. That's why when Joe Budden jumps in to do battle rap, it's an event, because my audience is one that wouldn't normally be watching. When Cassidy does battle rap, it's an event because that's an audience that wouldn't normally be watching. That's why those things matter. If that ain't happening, what the fuck is happening in battle rap? That's a false equivalent, Vince Staples. I believe that you know better than that because you're a smart individual.
He didn't.
And let me tell you why else I'm confused, Nadeska. Vince Staples can rap well with the best of them. Now, he probably got some gangbanger shit going on that make it so when a nigga say his name, he coming right for the shits. But other than that, his skill set is one that he can handle all these new niggas in rap, and that's one. And number two, you new niggas don't champion the likes of Vince Staples. We don't hear the name Vince Staples as much as we hear Yachty, because y'all don't champion real nigga shit. Y'all champion fuck shit.
No, let me reposition once again, because you just went off on another tangent.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Seriously, you went off on a tangent. Listen, he was not, when he mentioned battle rap.
That was mad honest by Nadeska.
When he mentioned battle rap, he said, if I just want to hear two people going back and forth, I go there. We
didn't ask you, Vince Staples, about what you do when you just want to hear two people go back and forth. We asking you for your take about two professional MCs going back and forth. We're not asking you where you will go when you want to hear battle rap.
You know why I thought it was corny? Because he says it's really nothing beyond what's said actually on the track.
He's right.
Okay. Not only that, usually people use their statuses or their audiences or whatever clout they got to either not respond, and it's never really a back and forth.
He's right.
And nothing ever really gets real. So
it's
to call
a back
it
and
rap
forth.
beef,
It's
to
a back
call
and
it
forth
rap beef.
when you got two niggas that's willing to go back and forth.
How often we get that?
Mad often if you target the right people. If you target the right people, we are plenty of times gonna get back and forth rap beefs.
When's the last time it happened?
But
give me two names.
the last time that what happened?
Like a real back and forth where it seemed both parties were involved or engaged.
I don't know. I always go back to, I don't want to use myself, so let me not get into that, but I've beefed with everybody. Today, beefing is not so popular. Khaled has changed the culture. Everybody wants to be friendly. Everybody wants a feature. Everybody beefs behind closed doors
and through subliminals.
Or passive aggressively now.
Very passive aggressively.
Passive aggressively now. So we don't see a lot of that in the culture. I hope that it gets back to that, probably because I'm one of the rappers that want to rap at niggas and diss niggas and beef with niggas. Only that I respect, though. And Vince Staples, I don't want to hear that bullshit you talking about because hip hop has been blessed with too many classic moments.
I feel like you're disagreeing with him just to disagree. All right,
wrap it up.
No, I'm disagreeing because
Wrap it up.
wait. Hey, let me wrap it up. Let me be clear. I'm disagreeing with him because I'm a rapper that has lived by any nigga say my name with the exception of Troy Ave. We never doing that. Any nigga say my name with some bars, I'm with the rapping.
New Pac
The
Shakur,
MCs are with the rapping. Hey, go say Royce's name. Go say my name. Go say Joel's name. Go say Kendrick's name. The Candyman gonna pop up. Okay. That's what the MCs do.
Let me ask you the question.
Black academics. That's what the MCs do.
Let me ask you the question. Was Nicki versus Remy, the whole premise and the whole beef, was it corny or not?
No.
It wasn't corny.
No.
Why?
Two women beefing? First of all, we ain't had two women in hip hop, period.
So the back and forth, the Sheether and then another one and then no frauds.
Listen,
you thought that was just
I
dope.
just answered your question. I said yes. You know how long I wanted to see somebody try MC Lyte? It was a lot of years that MC Lyte was the one. I wanted to see a bitch try MC Lyte. Nicki Minaj been running around here like the one. I love to see somebody try her. And if you're paying attention to all the fucking extra backstory shit with Rashida Ali, Love and Hip Hop, Remy Martin, Pepper, like it's a lot of backstory there. If you're paying attention, yeah, that's a great beef. I'm all for that. Kim versus Foxy, that's another great beef. I'm all for that. Lauryn Hill versus Wyclef, I'm all for the women in hip hop getting to the beef. Them bitches could spit. And I don't even use that word no more, so let me apologize.
All right, academics, please. Final thought. Joe, just chill out for a minute.
Hey, listen.
30 seconds.
Button Down Joe is here.
I don't know if I fuck with Button Down.
Button Down Joe is
culture.
actually just talk over Joe, but listen.
So let me give you the
30 seconds.
Yo,
please.
essentially, I understood what Vince Staples said. Again, you were right at first and you went on a tangent. His definition of beef is different. His thing is that if nobody's getting touched and y'all doing it just for the fucking, you're just doing a bunch of gimmicks, right? And nothing is really happening. Also, people are posturing in terms of, hey, I'm this big, you're not big enough, I'm not gonna respond. It's really not a back and forth. The same thing with Nicki and Remy. Oh, I dropped a hit song. It doesn't have to be as good as your diss. It's not really battling. If he wanted to listen to battle rap, he would just go listen to battle rap. I thought that made perfect sense. And I got to salute to Vince Staples for that.
You don't have much sense, so you would think that. But that's the same thing Drake said to me on 27th and 11th. You diss me, you'll never hear a response for it. And when he was saying it, I thought that was pretty peculiar because I thought that his talent level would take him to a place where many people would start to diss him. And sure enough, he went from you diss me, you never hear a reply for it, to dissing everybody in the world. I think that most people would do the same exact thing.
All right, cool. Thank you, Joe.
I know that you're just trying to tell me shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
on the
seriously,
low.
shut the fuck up. I don't know if I like Button Down Joe. Usually, not today. But I guess you taught us a lot of insight on your part.
Hopefully.
Guys.
I gotta piss, so let's end this shit.
Vince Staples is on the new cover of Complex. Go check it out. Go watch the interview. We'll be back here tomorrow. Hopefully, Joe is just wearing t-shirt and sweatpants. Academics, thank you.
Hey, before we wrap.
What are we thanking him for? What did he contribute to today?
Before we wrap, if this motherfucker, he got 48 hours to respond to new Pac, if not, that is Lil B 2.0. You got to respond to new Pac.
Is it 72 hours? 72 hours to drop a hit?
48.
You got 72 hours to drop a hit.
Let me tell you something. Number one, my career would be over if I responded to him.
Really?
I gave you bars.
And number two,
my
girlfriend would never let me waste a bar on the likes of a Troy Ave.
All right, guys, I wrapped the show. So we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. again on Complex News. Thank you for tuning in to Everyday Struggle.
I'm a bigger artist.
than Nupac?
Yes.
Nupac kind of popping right now, bro.